2019 AX19 chipper for sale. I got the perfect job for it to showcase. Pretty good sized willow trees, 4 of them coming down. And I just want to show that the chipper works, that it's a mean machine. I want to show that it's a mean machine. I'll show you the hours on it. It's got low hours for a monster chipper. It's got, I think, maybe 1,000, 1,050, something like that. 1,100 hours, I don't know. I'll show it to you. I'll show you the digital readout, and I'll show it chipping, and then one of you viewers can buy it and go. Buy it, go and be a hero somewhere. We're dumping the truck on site. It's already full. It's been about 10 minutes and 59 seconds. We got one whole tree gone. Parts of this one are in the chipper. Parts of that one are in the chipper. So it's a mean machine. If you have a big chip truck, then this is the chipper for you. If you have a CDL driver, this is the chipper for you. It's 11,000 something pounds. So things to consider. things I like about the chipper. I like the infeed. It's this giant opening that doesn't impede the grapples. It is easy to force feed with the machine. I like the hydraulic stabilizers. The hydraulic stabilizers, you could just crank the thing way up off the ground, like if you had a flat or something. But it's all that power convenience is really great. When you don't want to be force feeding a big machine and have it doing the herky jerk on your truck. So it's really cool to be able to put the stabilizers down. I like that you don't have to crank away on something by hand when you want to unhook and dump the truck. It's just real quick. I like the auto feed. The auto feed works really well. And it's just a monster. It chips huge things. And it's the quietest machine that I've ever used. It tows beautifully. You barely know it's there. It's easy to back the thing up with the tandem axles. Super awesome. Like I always say, it's just like my wife. It's too good for me. So I'm selling it. And the thing about it is, it's a bit heavy for the scale guys. You got to have a Class A CDL to drive the thing, and so to me that's a strike against it, that it's 11,500 pounds or something. I want to downsize my operation a little bit and simplify things. I'm not very mechanical, so I want to sell this machine while it's still young. Got a lot of moving parts, so all those moving parts means, as my dad would say, more things to go wrong. So those are my reasons for selling it. It needs a CDL driver, and it's got a lot of moving parts. And it's still young, it's still strong, we can still slay with it, but I'd like to move it. This is interesting, maybe worth talking about. This willow, very evenly weighted straight at this other tree, this cherry tree. Don't want to mess up that cherry tree. Leans quite hard, see? So should I go for it? Should I try to get enough hinge to take it this way, away from that cherry tree? Will my hinge be stronger than the force of all that weight on the lean toward the tree? What do you think? Depends on the species whether you should go for it. And I think willow, you can see it's a bit stringy. I think I should go for it. This one limb reaching way out to my right, I don't really like that. That'll be fighting me. I think I can do it. All right, for those who want to see the stump, the lean straight at that tree really hard, but the lay out here, no harm done at all. And the way I achieved it was I went fairly deep because I didn't want any of this foundation impeding the tip. I wanted it to tip. The wind's blowing against it too. So I got to be fully committed to do this, to go deep on the notch right here, halfway. And then I got rid of this. I don't want to get rid of it all because then you'll have it collapse a little bit more. If you cut the hinge off on the underside, you don't want it collapsing because that's movement in the wrong direction. So I left it, okay? But then I'm just making this Nike swoosh here because this is the part right here, this kind of hingy corner here, that's going to hold on. Because when you think about it, this over here is holding on. So it wants to go like that, but it just can't because it's being held. Eventually it breaks off. Don't try it with brittle wood. Don't try it without a rope if you don't know for sure what's going to happen. You gotta not do things and wonder what's going to happen when you do them, if there are consequences.